Gems and equipment are two of the biggest sources of statistics in King of Avalon. In this video, I will go over both of them, offering a guide that should be useful for everyone, from casual players to whales. As part of this guide, I will discuss equipment enchantment. Stick around towards the end to see the maximum statistics that you can get from these items, as well as my recommendations for low to medium spenders and when you should buy and when you shouldn't. But first, if you're a fan of King of Avalon and mobile gaming in general, and would like to see more content like this, remove the like button's diamond from its ring and replace it with a piece of gum. Also, click subscribe if you haven't yet, and tell your friends about the channel. Click the notification bell to be the first to see the next video when it's released. Gems are very easy to overlook. On their own, each gem may seem to have a minimal effect on your overall statistics. But please keep in mind that you have 4 attack gems and you have 6 each of your defense and your health gems. While troop stats don't get a huge bonus from gems, your middle stats get a significant amount of their stats here. In fact, you can get more regular stats from gems than you can from your equipment and fully maxed enchantments. Don't overlook your gems if you want to do well in PvP. So if we take a look at the attack gems, we're now on Frost, which is rank 9. Starts at 552 for the basic, then 573, then 622, and all of these you can get with just the basic crystals without having to have the next material. Then you go to 699, 811, and it ends up at 968 for legendary. There are 4 of these, so the total here would be 3872 to the max stats. At kind of the sweet spot before it gets overly expensive per stat, although here it's really tempting to go higher. You get 699 to your regular stats. You multiply that times 4, it's 2796. And then the same thing goes for both the defense and the health gems. Go through, they're exactly the same, of course, up to 968, but there's 6 of these, of each of these, the defense and the health. So that comes out to be 5808 at the high end. Again, at the mid level, it is 699. If you multiply that times 6, you get 4194 of your stats from gems. For troop stats, you start off at 276, then you go to 286, then 311, then 349, 405, and 484. On the max end, you multiply that times 2, it's 968 to your troop stats. And on the mid-range, it's 349 times 2, which would be 698. So as you can see, your gems give you a significant amount of stats over everything else, especially now. So whenever a new item comes out, that item becomes the big thing. But if you balance these, gems out across all the other stats, gems play a significant role in statistics overall. As far as where to get them and how to upgrade, I would definitely focus on the Honor Pass. Get your best bang for the buck. You can get your tomes right off of here. And then you also have a chance at getting them outright. It's a good way to upgrade. For earlier versions of this, you can get them from the Alliance store. So what typically happens is as the new item comes out, the item just behind it will then appear in the Alliance store. So you can see here there's Immortal now in the Alliance store. Sometimes they do appear later in the life cycle of the item as well. So even before the new item comes out, you'll see it here. It's always a good idea to wait for limited deals for them to appear here and as rewards for different events. Also, in the very beginning here, you do have a chance to get the tomes depending, on how far you make it through this event. All right, so let's move on to equipment. So equipment, when you think about equipment statistics, equipment gives you the best bang for the buck on your troop stats. So you'll actually get more troop stats than regular stats here, which seems kind of crazy. But when you add them up, you will get 2177 fully maxed out on your troop stats, and you'll get 2118 on your regular stats. The same thing holds true when you get to enchantment, but we'll go over enchantment in a minute. So when I'm taking a look at each of the different types of equipment, I typically start off upgrading my lance, my weapon, and then I'll go to the ring and the ring and the necklace. Then I will go to my helm, followed by the boots, and followed by the chest because of the stats that are included here. So here on your weapon, you'll get infantry defense, troop defense, and bow attack. Then you'll get your troop attack on your ring. On your necklace, you'll get troop attack and troop defense and infantry health, which are super important. On your helm, you'll get troop attack, troop health, and infantry defense. Then on your boots, you'll get troop defense, troop health, and bowman attack. And on the chest, you'll get troop health, infantry health, and cav health, which is the least important one for me, but they're all great because if you add them up, the troop stats in particular are amazing from equipment. So it's really critical to get these as you can. The upgrades are really nice. You get up to some amazing stats at +5. I typically stick it around +3. The upgrade between +3 and +4 is very high. You can see here on enhance. So it gets pretty high. I mean, as I get the materials, I will upgrade, but I get the materials just from rewards and everything else. There's no purchasing going on here. On the enchantments too. So the enchantments are pretty good too, and they're pretty easy to see. The max level of these, which are really hard to get because when you're enchanting, you have a chance to get a negative as well. So it's hard to add up the exact amount of materials it'll take for you to increase, especially if you're just using the normal, which is the Dragon's Blood. If you go to the advanced, you're ensured the max enchantment per enchant to be positive here, but it's extremely expensive. So normal people stick with normal. Whales go to advance or from rewards and other things as you go through. The 50%, shop events will also provide these dragon eyes. Okay, so you get from the ring, you get troop health and cav attack, which is great. From the necklace, you get troop attack, infantry defense. Good. From the weapon, you get cav attack, troop health are the important ones there. From the helm, you get troop attack, infantry defense, important there. From the boots, you get bowman attack and troop defense. Those are good. And from the chest, you get bowman attack and troop defense and infantry health. So this is a really good one here, which would be probably the one that I would want to start with whenever I am enchanting. On the enchantment side, you can get up to 1350 on your troop stats, and on your middle stats, your normal stats, you can get up to 1313. So that adds up to, over 3,400 of your normal on your normal stats, and over 3,500 on your troop stats. So this is a great way to get stats. Again, to get these, as they upgrade, you'll want to go through the honor pass. So as there's a new type of equipment, the honor pass seems to pay off there, especially if you need some of the other items that are potential rewards. Secondary, you'll want to go through limit like these. These are great events where, great deals that you can get here. For 15, you get 72 ingots. Also through the actual limited, you can get some really good deals here on ingots to quickly upgrade and get your initial equipment. For the enchantment materials, I also like to go through the limited. Every once in a while, you'll see double up here. You'll see Hell's Bane or whatever the equipment is with dragon blood. On those, I try to get those because it's a little bit easier to get the meteorite iron, especially through the honor pass and through events and rewards. So I will get the Hell's Bane or whatever the equipment type is with the dragon blood above getting the meteorite iron. Also on the shop event, you can get dragon's blood, and I try to get it there as well. So another benefit of equipment is you get these damage modifying stats, which of course are the most important in the game. You get these by having a full set. It can be mixed with anything above R5, which is Flamebringer and above. So on any of these, you'll see the bonus benefits here. So if you have one of these, and then you have, one of the Redeemers, and then one of the Hegemony and Destruction and Imperium, and then one of the Hellsbane, and you have a full set of R5 plus, you will get these benefits. You don't have to have them all of the exact same type to get these benefits. So you get plus 40 infantry damage and -2 damage received. The big ones here are the army damage plus 67.5 and the army damage received -67.5. And of course your cav and your bowman damage are also pretty big, while your infantry damage received is also important. So as you can see, equipment and gems are a big part of your overall stats, and stats are extremely important in this game. It'll be the difference between winning and losing in PvP almost every time. So I hope this helps, and look out for the next video in this series, which goes over the statues and hero weapons and heroes.